Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're going to work on some poses to help strengthen the back of the body, especially the upper back. Very important for posture in the saddle and out of the saddle. We all have a tendency as we go through our day to kind of collapse forward. All of our tasks that we do usually require our arms to be in front, and we start to get this overstretching in the back of the body. So we're going to work a little bit on that today. So we're going to start in child pose. You shouldn't need any other special props today, just a yoga mat or a carpeted surface if you prefer. But we're going to come to child pose. So the knees can be lined up with the hips, or you can have the big toes together and the knees towards the outside edges of the mat. Hands can be, again, about shoulder width, or a little further apart. But let the forehead release down towards the mat. Now here is a place if you do need a little support. You can stack up your hands, make fists with the hands and let your head rest on your hands, or you can use a firm cushion or a folded up blanket if you need a little support for the head here, for the alignment of the neck. So take a few breaths. Just breathe into the back of the body. Notice how your body feels right now. Just do a little check in. Notice how the body feels physically. Notice your energy level. Notice any thoughts, any outside distractions, and see if for this time, for this short video today, you can really focus on how your body feels and how you are moving and breathing. So just taking long, smooth breaths in and out of the nose. Filling the back of the body with the breath as you inhale and exhale. One more big breath here, inhaling in through the nose, feel the back of the body rise. And exhale, full, complete exhale. Feel the body maybe sink a little bit more towards the mat. And then as you inhale, take your next inhale, lift the head slightly. If you have the hands a little wider, go ahead and bring the hands a little bit wider than shoulders distance. Bring your knees back in line with the hips, and then extend your arms all the way forward and your legs all the way back, and come back on all the way down onto your belly. As you come down onto your belly, extend your arms all the way overhead. Again, hands shoulders distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Forehead down to the mat, feet hip distance apart. We're going to press into the tops of the toes. Feel maybe the kneecaps lift a little bit away from the mat as you energize the muscles in the legs. Press into the palms, energy in the arms. And we're just going to start with a few versions of locust pose here to help strengthen the back of the body. So pressing into all 5 fingertips and the base of the knuckles, press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift the right leg. Keep the front of that hip point on the ground. It doesn't matter how high you lift the leg. Think of reaching the toes back towards the end of your mat. And then exhale and lower down. And then inhale, lift the left leg. Same thing. Reach through the toes and lower down. Now we're going to start to keep that movement going with the legs, and then we're going to add the opposite arm. So inhale, lift the right leg and the left arm. You can keep your gaze down towards the mat, forehead staying there, or lift the head an inch or two, but keep your gaze down. And then exhale, lower down. Press again into the hands and the feet. Inhale, lift the left leg and the right arm. And exhale and lower down. So keep that going with the breath. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lower, and inhale, lifting, and exhale, lower. So again, thinking of this diagonal movement, right leg and left arm lifting. Again, maybe the head stays down or maybe the head lifts, but if it lifts, keep the gaze down. Lower down, inhale, lifting, and exhale, and lower. Do one more time each side. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale, lifting left leg, right arm, and lower. Now just let your arms come a comfortable distance from your side. Turn your head to one side. Let everything relax. Hips relaxed, shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed. Take a breath. Turn your head the opposite direction. Same thing here. Let everything relax. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Now bring the forehead back to the mat. Energy into the legs again. Press into the tops of the feet. This time we're going to bring the arms into a cactus pose or a goddess pose. Elbows bent, fingertips pointing up towards the top edge of your mat. Press into the feet, feel the kneecaps lift, feel the energy in the legs. Draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. You'll feel the front of the shoulders lift away from the mat. And then inhale, lift the head and the chest and the arms. And then exhale and lower back down. So as you lower down, everything relaxes for a moment. And then as you inhale, you draw the shoulder blades towards the spine and you lift back up. And exhale and lower down. Now, if that feels okay for your body, you can also, as you lift up, lift the legs too. And exhale, lower down. If that does not feel good for your body, keep your toes on the mat. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lifting. And exhale and lower. Good. One more time. Inhale, lifting. So we're strengthening the muscles back of the body. Exhale, lower. So once again, let everything relax. Turn your head to one side, maybe a little jiggle of the hip side to side if you're feeling any tension in the lower back. Turn the head the opposite direction. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. And then once again, bring the forehead back to the mat. This time, bring your hands beside your chest and then slide them even a little bit further down towards the waist. So we kind of start beside the chest and then we hug those elbows in and we slide the palms down a little bit. Hug the elbows in towards the ribs, press into those feet again, energy in the legs. Inhale, lift the forehead, lift the upper chest, come to a low cobra. So we're lifting from the muscles in the back of the body. We're not pushing ourselves up with our hands. So you should be able to lift the hands up and keep that lift in the front of the body. And then exhale and lower the forehead back down. So we're going to do that a couple times with the breath. Press into the feet, inhale, lifting, and exhale and lower. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, excuse me, and lower. So now this time, inhale, lifting, stay here. Inhale, see if you can lift a little higher, and exhale. And inhale, see if you can lift a little higher, and exhale, and then lower everything back down. Same thing, let the arms and the legs relax. Turn your head to one side, take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Turn the head the opposite direction, take a breath. And then bring the hands back beside the chest once again. Hug those elbows in tight towards the ribs. Press into the hands. We're going to inhale, come up to table pose. And so we're going to do a little counter pose for all of that work that we just did lying on our belly. So from table pose, wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhale, round the spine gently into a cat pose. So really arch the back up towards the ceiling, let the head dangle down. Take a few breaths here. Just feel that nice stretch from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the base of the skull. Breathing into the length of your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently come back to that table pose. Nice length through the crown of the head. So we're going to do just one more work for the shoulders and then a last little stretch for the spine. So little demo, and actually let's do this all together. You can come just for a moment seated on your heels. If this doesn't work for you, you can just come up to a kneeling position. But bring your arms in front, palms facing each other. So start with the arms, the shoulder blades drawing in towards the spine. And then you're going to inhale and reach the fingertips forward. And you should feel the shoulder blades come away from the spine, kind of wrap around the sides of the body. And then as you exhale, think of those muscles between the shoulder blades, drawing those shoulder blades back towards the spine. So we're getting that little movement. We get a little stretch as we go forward, and then we're engaging those muscles between the shoulder blades as we bring the shoulder blades back towards the spine. So this is our action. Those muscles in between the shoulder blades that draw the shoulder blades towards the spine are usually weak and overstretched, but they can also be tight too. So we give them a little stretch as we reach forward, and then as we draw those arms back into the shoulder sockets and draw those shoulder blades towards the spine, we're using those muscles between the shoulder blades. So we're going to do that same action on all fours. Now instead of the arms moving, our torso is going to move. So wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Think core engagement. The lowest ribs are drawing towards the spine. We're not letting the belly collapse down. Pressing into the yoga mat, lengthen through the crown of the head. So now think of pressing the mat away. Think of those shoulder blades as just like when you were reaching those arms forward, those shoulder blades wrap around the side of the body away from the spine. And then as you exhale, the arms stay straight. You draw the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, inhale again, press the mat away. So it's not a great big huge movement, but it's engaging and working those rhomboid muscles between the shoulder blades to draw the shoulder blades towards the spine that keep us from over rounding, or help us to keep from over rounding through the shoulders and collapsing through the chest. So do that one more time. Inhale, pressing the mat of the way, and then exhale, think of drawing those shoulder blades towards the spine. So again, it's that same idea we just did when we were seated or kneeling, but it's getting that movement in the shoulders. So now come back to neutral, back to your table pose. Bring your hands in front of your shoulders, at least shoulder distance apart, maybe even a little bit wider. Press into the fingertips, the base of the knuckles, curl your toes under, lift your knees, send your sit bones up and back, come to a downward facing dog. You can have bent knees, or you can straighten the legs, or you can paddle through the feet a little bit, whatever feels good for you. Take a few breaths here. Feel that nice length in the spine, crown of the head to tip of the tailbone. And then coming to stillness if you are pedaling the feet. So again, the knees can be bent or the legs straight. Again, lowest ribs drawing towards the hips, crown of the head lengthening towards the hands. Inhale and exhale. And then gently let the knees release down to the mat. Uncurl the toes, fold back to that child pose that we started with. Your forehead can come down to the mat. Again, you can rest your head on your hands. If your forehead comes down to the mat and you want to bring the hands back beside the feet with the palms up, that's another option. Nice release for the back. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, check in with how you're feeling. And then as you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position for you. So thank you for selecting this video today and for joining me. Again, work to strengthen the back of the body, which helps to counteract, all that we do rounding our body forward throughout our day. So very important. And again, for those of you who ride, very important connection. When we have that connection with the reins, you want to think of that connection coming all the way back to the shoulders, and those shoulders need to be able to stay stable on the back of the body. So again, I hope this video helped you. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and check out the information in the comment section or content section below. I have a 4-week online course coming up, Improve Your Posture, starting May 23rd, 2023. So check that out at GreyHorseYoga.com, and I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Bye-bye.